What is going on, everyone? Hope you're doing well, and welcome to another episode of the Misplay Mafia podcast. In this episode, we'll recap the Seville special event as well as what we know from the Cape Town special event. Then we'll have our highlighted misplay of the week, followed by talking about another event that we kind of missed last week with the Champions League Osaka. That actually took place in the post-rotation world, so we'll get to look forward into the future. And then we'll wrap things up by talking about this weekend's Orlando Regional Championship, which I know me and a few others from the Mafia are attending. I'm Matthew Jambois, Pokemon Professor, Captain of the Misplay Mafia, joined here by my friend, co-host, and co-captain, Austin DeJulian. And we have a new face to the podcast, our friend and teammate, Brennan Remington. Boys, how are we doing today?
We're doing great. I was waiting. I was waiting on Austin. We're doing great. Just tired out from our classes and all.
Solid. Austin, how you doing?
Doing good. Got to play poke this past weekend. I'll talk about it. I played Crustle. It didn't go too hot. I was last minute building the deck, and I did not have a Poke Vital A. After talking to a lot of people, my homie Aaron let me down. He didn't have it. Mesa didn't have it. Neither shop had it. I went to Monroe before I even went to Ruston. So I just sent it and played a Hero's Cape. Yeah, the Poke Vital A would have been vital to my run. Went 2-2, losing to Alakazam and losing to Jawan on Mega Lucario. So, all in all, it was good. But in non-Pokemon related, me and my kid are running a 5K. And by my kid, I mean he's in the stroller.
I was about to ask, how does a 13-month run a 5K? But
so he's in the stroller, but we're working on our mile times. Basically every day, whenever I get off work, we go on a 2-mile walk jog. So we're working on that because I have a lot of time until my next Pokemon event. But y'all, is a little bit different story. How's testing going for Orlando?
Oh, I'm actually not testing for.
We made our deal today.
Yes, there seems to be a bit of a challenge going on for Orlando that we won't get too much into it for those of you listening, but stay tuned to the Mafia YouTube channel. There might be a funny little video coming out soon. But Brennan, how's that testing going?
It's going. I have not played in any Pokemon events in 9 months. I moved up here and went to a cup and brought Dragapult, and then nothing, just so busy with school. But we went to a cup this last weekend and also went 2-2. But my wins, I had just 2 bad draws. It just happens against people. My wins came against someone who's brand new to the game. They're on Mega Lucario and just refused to put out a Mega Lucario. It was interestingly the first time I've ever played against someone who's had a shuffling aid. So it was a fellow who's sitting by her and was there to shuffle for her. But it was actually nice because it's twice the kind of banter and chatting and just having fun with people, which I loved. And then the win after that was the mirror Pult, and he forgot to set out prize cards. And we only noticed on turn 2. Yeah. But in my defense, we kept going. We played our game like normal. I was down real bad. I had 2 prizes or 4 prizes. He had 2. And I played my Cactus, and I stalled him long enough to get enough damage on the Fez that I just board wiped. So I was really proud of that.
There you go. Play it to your outs.
Oh, yeah. So I think the Crustal's come. The Crustal has earned its spot, and the Monkey it's getting cut. I hate Monkey.
Wild take on cutting the Monkey, but anyways.
I never feel like I can set it up. I feel like I get wiped faster than I can set it up, or I just there's been one game where I could have set it up, and it was against a deck that wasn't really using damage counters, so.
That's fair. Well, yeah, no, I don't have a 60 for Orlando yet. I'm going off of whatever Brennan says that we're playing. Um, Definitely excited to see how that one goes. I just couldn't
Bold
find.
move.
I just couldn't find anything I really wanted to play this weekend. I mean, played Honchkrow to Houston and it was fine. Almost got the day 2 with it, but the meta's kind of shifted to where there's a lot of Grim and Frostlast Monkey out, and it's not good for Honchkrow. And then Raging Bolt doesn't sound fun. Terra Box sounds fun, but I've never played Terra Box before in my life. And I was like, I don't really want to try to navigate live with their horrible can't play expanded against friends system right now or whatever. So I'll just say, you know what? I'm gonna pick whatever somebody else on the team's playing, and we're gonna go for that. So, Brennan, let me know when we get that 60 figured out.
Hey, you're safe against Joltik Box at least. I have decided on playing Dragapult all day instead of Joltik Box.
That's fine.
I mean, Joltik eats up Grimmsnarl and Frostlast Monkey, so it would be nice for that.
True. But all right, well, getting into today's episode, let's go ahead and talk about the Seville special event. Now, I know last week, whenever we were talking, we were gonna, we had made predictions, but then we had kind of combined all of our predictions with the Cape Town stuff. Unfortunately, we don't know much about Cape Town, so we're not going to be able to recap our predictions from Seville, but we're going to go ahead, take a look at the meta, take a look at the decks that won, did well, if there's anything that caught our eyes, and just kind of how we might, prep whatever 60 we're playing for Orlando based off of this event. So just go ahead and jump in straight off into it. Looking at the meta game, we see the overall, we had Dragapult at a 16%. So it was even up from before. So also, I think if we would have combined and done the 30%, you probably would have gotten your over on it.
I'm taking it.
Yeah, we'll count that as a dub for you. But then we see the next closest deck, and I mean the gap here is just astounding. There's a 7% gap between Dragapult, Dusknoir, and then the next highest deck being Golden Go. And then followed by a slight drop off in Zoroark, and then Guardy, Grimmsnarl, and then we even see Raging Bolt right there, still in the top 6 decks in the room. So, kind of what we've been seeing, maybe a little bit of an uptick in Raging Bolt, but this was a special event. So special events are even smaller than the regionals. So 62 people playing Raging Bolt is going to make it look like it had a higher meta percentage than, say like a 2,000 person regional. But, looking at the day 2 meta, we still had Dragapult number 1, but what's crazy is that we had a 3-way tie for first place in the meta share. You had 30 Dragapult Dusknoirs, 30 Golden Go Lunatones, and 30 Frostlast Grimmsnarls. So first place tie there, and then we see it drops off with Zoroark, Guardy, and Absolbox, and still Raging Bolt. I only bring up Raging Bolt just to keep bringing it up to Austin. That's all. It's become a meme on the pod at this point.
Clown decks are clowns.
Clown decks. Hey, didn't you have somebody play clown against you last night?
That was the craziest shit ever. I forgot it was in the format. I forgot that was a card. I was like, holy shit, we're doing
the Harlequin.
They won the coin flip. So
oh my god!
I think they ended up losing, but
wow,
it was cool.
Wow.
Hey, they won the battle.
Anyways, back to the conversation at hand. Just Dragapults everywhere. I think it's just kind of the name of the game. And Dragapult, Golden Go, absolutely wild. Golden Go even had a really decent conversion rate going from day 1 to day 2 with the 22% conversion rate, almost 23%. So,
I mean, the 33% on Grimsnarl is just crazy, though. That is diabolical,
absolutely.
being that high. Same with Frostless Monkey. I mean, that's between them. It's just absurd.
Y'all are forgetting about the Menace. Scroll down a little bit.
I see Haunch. Haunch is right there, dude.
Haunch did have 3 day 2s, so
Oh,
Yeah.
Brock is no longer the only Haunch go to the day 2.
Uh,
But if you look at Crustle, that
Yeah,
40.9
Crustle.
Ooh.
conversion rate. Those
Yeah.
Crussels made it through.
I mean, it's always matchup roulette. I've heard it's either you get through to day 2 or you mirror match the Crustals at the table 1,000, you know? That's what I've always been told.
You win fast or you lose fast with Crustal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Crustal's still being a good play. I'm hoping that as far as prepping for Orlando, I'm hoping that like Crustal's on enough people's radar to then start teching for it, which then pushes the Crustals down, but we shall see. So is there any other crazy conversion rates going on?
These Blood Moon, I feel like this is the second event where I've seen like anyone who's played the Blood Moon convert. They're just these crazy Blood Moon players out there.
Yeah, the Ursula and Lunatone deck.
Yeah, I swear I saw one. It was just the one dude at the other event I looked at the other day, and he just made it.
Yeah, 2 players were playing
3 for 3.
and both of them made it at this event. You said there was 3 for 3 at the last event too?
Or it's just 3 for 3 between all of them.
3 for 3.
It's kind of impressive.
Wild. We see a Mega Lopunny etched its way into day 2. So
See, what I don't get is looking at this meta share, I don't get how in Japan they've got another 14% of Dragapults floating around in their events. That's crazy to me.
we also got to think about it. They're living in a post-rotation world.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how people can tolerate it that much.
They don't have Gardevoir.
Charizard or Goldengo.
Yeah. But overall, this event was won by Ted Tobin on Gardevoir EX. So Gardy gets one final major dub right before it is out of standard format. Nothing too crazy with the list. We have the Mega Diancie build. The town store, which is really funny. There's a clip of Ted. He prized it during one game, and he like whenever they're scooping up, he like grabs it out of his prizes, like where was this, or something. Really funny clip. But I can see how town store is very beneficial in Gardevoir, and I wish more people should play that. And then probably the biggest headline is what it faced in the finals, which none of us could have predicted this ever in a million years. We had Ethan Wild on Festival Lead. And if you don't know what Festival Lead is, it is a single prize deck that has a Thwacky that has a quick search ability. It's got a Goldeen and a Seeking for another attacker. The Diplin can attack twice in one turn if you have the Stadium in play. Absolutely just craziness to see this up at top tables, especially in the finals of a major event.
It kind of was just handed the whole day, though. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Just the matchups it had. It faced Charizard twice, was it? It got the bye going into the top cut after the ASIM day 2. Like, it kind of was handed this event a little bit.
Oh, yeah. No, it's top cut run. If we see that, like you said, it's got the bye. Then it hit Charizard.
Bye into Zard.
And then it hit Crustle.
Into Crustle.
And
like,
Crustle runs no rule box Pokemon. Festival Lead runs no rule box Pokemon. So Crustle's not stopping anything. And so Festival Lead's just able to run straight through it.
Yeah. And it hit Grimmsnarl 3 times in this event. I mean, that's a one hit from any of the Diplins, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, it really was just handed everything this event.
It really was. What's even crazy is that the only 2 losses came from Ted both times. Once in Swiss during day 2, and then in the finals as well. So really interesting. Do we think Festival Lead has legs for Orlando?
Yeah,
Yeah.
1000%.
All this Grimmsnarl, it has to.
So why are we not playing it?
I think the main thing you notice in Ethan's run is he does not hit a Dragapult.
Yeah.
So if you dodge Dragapult, it's a really good deck. And Gardevoir. So if you dodge them,
he hit a Guardy round 2.
okay, he did beat a Guardy, which Ethan said in one of his interviews that it was a good matchup. Like he thought it wasn't like abysmally bad. So he knows something we don't. And if you watch the set, it was close. Like Ted didn't just like steamroll him or anything. So I mean the only problem with Festival Lead is if you brick, like there's no comeback, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, looking
It's
at
very, very hard.
Looking at the list, I mean, we do see 2 Ionos that could be helpful. But otherwise, you're probably needing to Kieran a lot for supporter damage, or you do have the belt, or you have the bangle just to help up your damage as well, help you hit some different numbers. But yeah, if you whiff some of those important pieces, it could be rough.
I mean, I honestly don't think you could ever emulate this. Like you said, Austin, there's just no Dragapult because that's the most one-sided matchup you could think of almost.
That's a big one for sure.
Yeah.
I had not even noticed that earlier. That's crazy.
Yeah, he just won matchup roulette.
Yeah.
Not discounting the run, like he still played really, really well, but I think you know, that's kind of what everybody says is like, oh, if I'm playing Crustle this weekend, you know, and I hit all my matchups, I'm gonna win the event. Well, I mean, Festival Lead was so close to winning the whole thing, just barely lost to Guardy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's see. Looking back at it, we see looking at the whole top cut, we'll look at the top 12. We had a Crustle, we had 2 Dangos, we had another Gardevoir, a Terra Box, 2 Charizard Pidgeots, which is very interesting.
My boys.
2 Grims, and then only 1 Dragapult in top cut. I'm very surprised by the Charizard Pidgeot. I thought most people were going more towards the Noctowl build, more of the Terrazard. But I guess Charizard Pidgeot's still trying to say that it's here and it's on the map for people.
I was really thinking about it for Orlando. I wanted to give one last 2 route on my first deck ever, you know?
You gonna play the Eries again?
Oh my gosh. You know, when I first started playing Pokemon, this is why Matthew brings this up. Like the very first or second league challenge I ever went to in Ruston, Malachi was...
Yeah.
What's that?
Hold on. First, we gotta preface this by saying I'm playing Chien-Pao at the time.
Yeah, he's playing C-Pao, but Malachi just destroyed me with this like Pidgeot control thing, and I was like, what do I even do? So I looked at like the 5 cards I owned, and I was like, oh, Erie. I'm gonna get people. I played my Erie. Matthew's got this fully blinged out C-Pow deck and everything. I've got like these Zards I just barely picked up from Best Buy around town. And I catch both of his superior energy retrievals. And I had like no clue really what that meant at the time, but he was just so mad. And for like for a month or 2 after this, I like kept that Erie in there because I was convinced it was like the most incredible card. Just because of this one interaction.
Man,
I've got like the first Limitless tournament I played. You can see it in my deck list. It's beautiful.
It's just that one interaction convinced him to keep.
Yeah, dude, it was amazing.
You're starting to sound like we got a guy at our locals named Connor. Connor is in love with Scoop Up Cyclone now because of a play he did against me. With it because I had set up damage and was about to take a multi-prize turn for game, and then he just went Scoop Up out of nowhere. Not a deck that even runs it, and yeah, so it's wild. Why is it always me? Why do I have to make everybody's stories?
Look, I don't need these scoop ups in Orlando. I need my Maractus to put in some real work here.
I can't believe
That's wild.
I can't believe we're gonna play that card. But anyway,
Maractus is so good. He's gonna find out this weekend how good Maractus is.
okay.
Yeah, I was saying that about Honchkar like 2 weeks ago, buddy.
Okay.
All right, back on topic here. Yeah, only one Dragapult, even though it did have such a high meta percentage. This is kind of a trend we've been seeing with Dragapult of really high meta percentage and then gets to the top tables and kind of just fails out. Is like the other Grim matchup and Frostlass Monkey Dory matchups just that much for it?
Yeah, I mean Grimm's basically a 36% win rate. It's really hard, especially with that kind of conversion. It's gonna be tough after making day two.
Like when you take like the top meta deck, if someone's like barely played poke or like played like a little bit of poke, they're just gonna go copy the top deck. So you
Yeah.
have a lot of people playing Dragapult that don't necessarily know how to play Dragapult, and also everybody knows how to play against Dragapult. Dragapult players don't know how to play against everyone.
True.
So that's another thing too. So I think that's like a main reason why it didn't convert so well. And also you have to look at what the good players are playing. So if they're not playing it, that doesn't help it either.
True. Yeah, very good points about, what are the good players playing. Obviously, like we see Drew Stevenson here playing Dango. He's been on Dango for a while now. Let's see. Trying to see if I see any other big names that just stick out to me right off the bat.
Yeah, like Christian Fontenot.
Oh yeah, how did I miss him? He he was one of the Dangos in Top Cut as well. So yeah, they're playing Dango. Means Dango's probably a good call. So
I mean, it's so safe. It's just such a safe pick.
It is. All right, so looking past that, is there any oddities that stick out to y'all? Anything y'all want to talk about? Because I know I have one. And that's this
that Blood Moon Ursaluna?
It's the Blood Moon Ursaluna up here in 18th place. This is wild to me. Just because of this deck's nature. But I guess it did get a buff with the Lunatone Soul Rock package. But for anybody who doesn't know, it runs this baby Blood Moon, has 150 HP. And it has the ability when you play it from your hand onto your bench. So not whenever you nest ball for it. So you got to like ultra ball for it or just get it into your hand. But when you play it down onto your bench, you may attach 2 basic fighting energies from your hand to this Pokemon. And then for 2 fightings and a colorless, it has a Mad Bite, does 100 plus, and does 30 more for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So really, really interesting. We see the Snowy Mountain to help rack up those damage counters, the Vengeful Punch, which are oh yeah, the Tinglu as well to help spread the damage onto the bench if the stadium's in play. I can only imagine this Koraidon's in there for some type of like Kangaskhan something shenanigans.
Man, I never thought I'd see that Koraidon from Ascended see any kind of play, to be honest. I had no clue who that card was even for.
Let's see. Yeah, it's got to be for some type of like follow-up attack, something. I mean, but very interesting. I haven't played with this deck ever. Have y'all ever touched it?
No.
Okay.
It's the kind of list your junior brings to locals and goes 0-4 with. These people out here making day 2 every tournament they bring it to.
It's definitely an interesting concept, especially with the gongs and the vessels and get the Gatorades. So definitely an interesting.
Definitely a lane deck in post.
Yeah. Let's get Lane on this deck like ASAP.
Is Conk rotating?
Yeah. Well, the poison package.
The poison package rotates because Brute Bonnet rotates.
That's why.
Thank goodness for that. I've been turn one donked by Austin way too many times for me to wish the poison package well.
Hey, imagine getting poisoned and burned with Salazzle.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding. That's not that good. But yeah, no, poison package rotating is probably the saddest thing to me. I don't even care about Ino or Counter Catcher anymore. Give me
It's like
Bourbonic.
as sad as your dark patch going away last rotation.
That was rough. I had a moment of silence, I think. Every time I'm going through my bulk and I see my gold dark patches, I literally just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, nothing feels better than hitting the Pokestop into dark patches. Like,
Ah, Pokestop. I missed that card.
Man.
yeah,
Man, we live
no.
by the stop and die by the stop.
pretty
Amen.
cool to see this deck do that high. I am actually shocked that Joltik got a top 32.
I am not. Joltik
think-
deserves it.
I think Joltik is cool. I don't think it's good.
Yeah.
Joltik actually does pretty good into our meta. It is really not that bad.
This guy tore up some Dragapults. I was just checking his run.
He hit, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He is the reason the conversion rate was so low.
Brother hit 5
I mean, Pulse-
Dragon Bolts.
Pult is well and truly like a 50-50 for Joltik. It's not that one-sided.
Mm-hmm. But
Also-
no, that was the only like thing that stuck out for me.
Also, the poor festival lead player who had his run ended. Or no, I guess
What
it
they
was-
deserve.
No, it wasn't ended. It should have been though. But
Hey, there's a ninja. I'm just now seeing this ninja. You know I love a good ninja.
we got a Greninja
Yeah,
deck.
pretty good.
Yeah, I'm hoping post-row I can really
Oh,
get
yeah.
into it a little more.
But right up before we're here, let's look at this ninja list, and then we're gonna talk about what's right above that ninja list. Nothing too crazy here. I still don't like Grand Tree. I think Grand Tree's the worst ace spec.
I love it.
Out there, dude. You're giving your opponent 2 ace specs. That's the way I see it. And so, why would I want to? Why would I want to give my opponent a free rare candy or a free Dragapult or Charizard or whatever?
Yeah, it does feel real bad. You go your whole game searching for this tree and then it just gets used by them and bumped immediately. That is kind of a slap in the face.
Yeah. But right above this Greninja here in 32nd place, so top 32 is a Mega Venusaur list. And I'm just happy to see this work. I honestly like it's another Ogerpon box in a way. Because you're not really jungle dumping. You're just using it for the energy transfers, but then you have the Meganium to double the grass energies. I love this deck. Even with the baby Genesect in there. If I would have seen this sooner before we had our challenge already set, I probably would have just picked this up and played it to Orlando.
He's playing 3 Lucian.
I'm surprised by Lucian. I thought this deck played a bunch of Wally's Compassions, to be honest. I thought that was the thing for it.
Well, no,
Or A.
we're swinging with the Ogerpons.
Oh, true. That Genesect has tore me up in a lot of my Dragapult matchups. I'm not his friend.
I don't know if I like the Lucians. Why are we not playing like Iono or something like?
Why is he
Yeah,
playing Lucian?
He loves to gamble.
The Lucian does kind of trip me up. Although,
Hey, when you're taking Mega Venusaur and getting this far,
I mean, true.
That's crazy.
I say getting this far, like half of his matches weren't ties. Day one.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I'm surprised that there's not more Pokepads. I figured this would be a 4 Pokepad list because
Yeah.
even with the bug catching sets, you can whiff, and you will whiff in a crucial moment. So
No, you just raw dog it with the Lucian, apparently. That was the craziest shit ever.
or maybe
Good
it's
for
just,
this person.
brother. It's the 11 energies too. Like, gosh,
That's tight.
Just got to crank out that Ogerpon every turn, I guess.
yeah.
Damn. That's crazy.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
absolutely wild. Guess one thing too to talk about that we didn't is Christian's list for his Dango is not the it's not Prime Catcher where it's not Energy Search, it's Legacy Dango. So we've talked about this before on the pod, but it's just interesting to see it gets such a high placement again of Golden Go kind of taking one out of Cerule Edge's book now and becoming a single prize board state in the late game while still swinging for heavy numbers.
I mean, I feel like that's the way to go against Dragapult. It's real infuriating having to gust it back to the bench and dump your 60 on it just to try to get 2 prize cards.
Yeah.
It's just real frustrating.
And then here we even see that they've got the picnic basket too, just to make it even more frustrating.
Yeah.
Which I love picnic basket and Dango. I don't think a Dango player should ever cut their picnic baskets. It's just good into Guardy, it's good into Grimmsnarl, it's good into Frostlass. Really like just a fantastic card if you're playing Dango. Let's see. Anything else? Anything? I feel like there was one more thing that was interesting to me, but now I can't seem to find it. Y'all got anything else as far as Seville goes?
There's a Sharpedo, 73rd place, but that's nothing crazy.
Nah, I mean, hey, congrats to them though.
Yeah.
How many Dangos did they hit? That's the real question.
Oh, they hit 3, and they lost to one of them.
I must say, only one?
Yeah, and it was their first match too.
Interesting, because that's a really bad matchup for them. But hey,
Yeah,
guess they had it figured out. Maybe the Badoo in the list was enough for them.
yeah, you've seen what it can do.
Absolutely. But I do believe that's going to do it for Seville. And we'll talk about Cape Town just real fast. We actually do not know much about Cape Town. It's not on Limitless. I tried to scrounge Twitter for anything I could find about it. And the only thing I could find about Cape Town was that Zach Lesage actually made it to the finals playing Frostlass Monkey Dory, but then he lost to a Grimmsnarl. I don't know who was playing Grim. I don't know what the run looked like before that. That's really all I could find on it, just based off the deep Twitter story I went off of. But congrats to him. I think he's got his Worlds invite locked up now, so I know he said he wasn't going to Orlando anymore, so if you were hoping to see him there, you won't. So end of story there. That's so that's been the 2 special events that took place this weekend. And we are now going to transition to our misplay of the week. And with Brennan being a special guest on the pod this week, we thought that we should let you experience his beautiful storytelling methods. So Brennan, go ahead and take the misplay of the week.
You know, I am absolutely choosing Juwan's beautiful misplay against Austin because it connected to me so heavily back when League Headquarters was really running wild with Bolt going around. He is playing Aaron's Crustle this last weekend, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Playing his Crustle with Ceruledge, and he throws up one of the babies and just completely ignores the League Headquarters. And I have done that so many times, trying to Budu or do any manner of things, and I've just conceded so many times. I imagine it was probably about the same for him, his one out. He's finally getting a little bit of relief against these. Because, I mean, that's pretty one-sided matchup. Crustle versus Ceruledge, just like 90% win rate.
Oh, he was on Mega Lucario.
Oh!
So he put up a Riolu to punch me because I had 10 health left. He had so he was hitting me with the Hariyamas. And he had like power pro to Hariyama, which hit for 240 and had a cape. So I'm at 250. So I'm like, ooh, okay, I make it. And I see him get a little excited with that Riolu on the bench that can jab or whatever. And I see him push it up and attach, and I'm like, no, 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 you can't do that. And he's like, all right, yeah, I guess we'll just take the knockout. I was like, I said, I guess we just won't. And I pointed to the stadium, and he sighed, and I laughed, and it was great. It was awesome.
Only slight honorable mention to my opponent who didn't set out prize cards. I don't even feel like that's a misplay. That's just, I mean,
Oh,
That's a misplay. You misplay before you even started playing.
It's so funny. We were talking about like one of the people they knew who was cheating and like hadn't shown his opponent a mulligan, and we are debating about it, and then he just like turned to. He's like, "Oh, I've done 2 buddies and a Brock. I think that's a game loss." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I think that's a game loss too."
Yeah, it's definitely a game loss.
He got punished though. He got Maractus like 8 times in a row at the end of the game for me to win. So he really got what was coming.
Brennan, the people are going to think that we only brought you on the podcast to talk about Maractus.
I want you all to know I own 200 of the Maractus illustration rares from Journey Together, and I'm only on here to manipulate the price. So
What?
go buy
Please
yours.
tell me this is satire.
This is satire. I only own 190. No, I really do love it. It is. I keep it next to me at all times just to remind me what I fight for and remind me what I am going to put Matthew through this weekend.
I think you both.
That's crazy.
I think you had me and Austin both on the edge of our seats. Like, does he really?
I was waiting for the binder to start flipping.
Right.
I've only got one, and it's my
Oh.
baby I pulled.
Okay.
If you multiply
Hey.
that by 200, we're there.
Potato.
All right, but remember, if you have a misplay that you want to be featured on the podcast, please feel free to tell us the story in the comments, or you can private message us over on Twitter so that you can be featured in the next episode. We are always looking for new stories to tell. Remember, it's not to make fun of you. It's so that we can all learn, just like we learn how to put out prize cards. But moving on, we did forget about this event, and I think part of it is because we are still not living in this world yet, or at the time we weren't. There was a Champions League in Osaka this past weekend, which is kind of Japan's big events. Their big majors, and it was a very interesting weekend for Osaka. We'll get into the results here in a second. But even this top 32, I'm going to just go through them, and then we're going to talk about what really won the event. So in the top 32, there was 6 Alakazams, 2 Team Rocket decks, 2 Dragapults with Yveltals, 2 Dragapults with no Dusknoirs, 2 Raging Bolt, an Ogre Pond deck, another Grim. We had an Iron Boulder deck. We had Greninja, an Okidogi, Dragapult Blaziken, Iron Valiant, Absol Ogre Pond, Inzorark, a Hobzacian, a Metagross, a Festival Lead, and then we had some unknowns as well. I just spouted off a lot of randomness to me. So I have not been playing post rotation at all.
Same.
Because of trying to keep in my mindset that we still have Iono, and I don't forget that my opponent can play Iono. But Austin, have you run into any of these decks on the ladder? I know you've been grinding out the live ladder, which is already rotated.
Yeah, people are still playing Dragon Ball pretty heavily. There's more Mewtwo. What Japan has that we don't have quite yet is that red card, which does make a big difference in a lot of matchups. But no, yeah, the ladder is not the same beast it used to be. There's a lot different decks on there. What does Azul call it? Oh gosh, it's like something box. It's like it's basically just throwing every 2 prizer together with a Mega King and a Latias. Slot box. Slot box is like the flavor of the month right now on ladder. You just throw your EXs together and you're gonna figure it out with Crispin. And that kind of is what every deck feels like. Is like you're just gonna Crispin every turn, Crispin or Lily. The other
Oof.
supporters don't feel that great at all. Arvin's gone. Iona's gone. Um, I will say Osaka had a lot more Alakazam than I normally see.
Yeah. Well, and I'm very surprised by Alakazam because of the fact of the red card. You know, like you were talking about, of being able to reset them down pretty low.
Mhm.
But let's go ahead and take a look at what actually won the event, which is kind of funny because it was Alakazam.
Yep.
So even with an item hand disruption in format, we see Alakazam still taking the dub here, just to prove its strength of being able to just draw cards, attack for a low energy cost. And really, I think looking at this list with the 4 Hildas, the 4 Dawns, even the Lana's Aid, I think this deck to me just screams consistency. It's not even like, it's not overly teched out. I mean, really, the only 2 tech cards I see is like the Enhanced Hammer and maybe the Eries, if you even want to call those.
They do run
Yeah,
4
Erie's tech.
cage, which is
Yeah, it's huge
that's
against
pretty
Pult.
sick. Yeah, they
Just
just don't want
denying that
to.
60 completely.
True. I did
They don't
skip the
want
4.
that. They don't want monkey business.
And I mean, those 4 psychic energies are just even more for their consistency arsenal. That's what, 2 basic
Mhm.
psychic Pokemon? Just
Yep.
whenever you'd like, your Abras are just out. You can use your buddies on the Dunsparce more often.
Absolutely. I mean, 4 Pokepads, 4 Poffins. I mean, we're finding our guys, especially our Dunsparces. I mean, save the psychic energy for your Abras. You save everything else for your Dunsparces, basically, or even the
Yeah.
Shaman or the Psyduck. I like this list. I really do. I think it's super cool, super clean. And I think that this will probably be the golden standard of Alakazam in the post-row world.
I think people just don't respect it a whole lot of post row. I mean, without Iono being in every deck, you really do have to decide if this red card is worth it or not. And then how many do you play? Do you just play the one? Like some of these lists, do you play 2?
Yeah.
It's a big question they're going to have to answer.
Well, we see
That
that
we're all going to have to answer.
in the finals, it actually met Marnie's Grimmsnarl, which on paper would be a horrible deck for it to match up into in the finals. Just like we said, with all the damage ticks, the fact that Grimmsnarl is a dark type, the fact that it can do bench damage. But there's only 2 hand disruption cards in this entire deck. It's the unfair stamp and only 1 red card. So if Alakazam could just, like it did, like it just survived the 2 hand disruptions, you know, it's built back up and it's still taking knockouts while Grimm's only able to take 1 knockout.
Yeah.
And then looking at the top 4 list, we see another Crustle making waves over in Japan now. And then we see a Team Rockets Mewtwo deck. As well, Austin, being a haunch lover, are you going to switch to the Mewtwo or are you going to stay on the haunch?
I'm definitely gonna play Mewtwo at first. The matchup spread's really good. I think that's why people are actually playing it now, as well as the supporters are good with it. I don't know which one's better, but Mewtwo definitely seems fun, having a lot of weakness you can hit for.
Yeah. Yeah, being able to swing with the Spite Ops on your grass weakness, or if it's against like Lucario or something, you just swing into the Mewtwo. Or you've got even the Mimikyu with the Lily Scafari to swing on Dragapult for some crazy stupid numbers. Yeah. I definitely like Team Rocket's Mewtwo. I tried to experiment with it back whenever the set first came out. And at the time, it was just a worst Raging Bolt. but I think now it is probably better. So this will probably be my post rotation deck if I had to pick one right now, just based off what I've seen. Then we see in top 8 we have almost another fighting box deck. Is what it looks like. It's got the Barbaricles with the energy acceleration. The Okie Dogie that gets, is that the one that does the plus HP to it?
It's got that good punch.
Yeah.
It's for 170, and then he has like 230 HP.
Yeah, so crazy numbers there. We see a Cornerstone Ogre Pawn. We see the Blood Moon that we talked about earlier. Really just utilizing all of fighting's support that has in format right now. Everything except for the Gatorades. I guess they just feel like they didn't need them, rather go for consistency over punching hard, but it seemed to work out for them. As well, I personally would have thrown in a couple Gatorades here. Just for the hit some numbers. But also too, the 8-spec legacy being legacy is funny because everything just like your guys just become a no prizer.
It's pretty good.
230 health, no prizer.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Just swinging on you, absolutely wild.
Then you got a cornerstone to look forward to if you want 2 prizes. That's it.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we see another Dragapult Blaziken. What is the hype with this deck?
It's nice to not have to Crispin every turn. You can actually play a different supporter. So I think that's probably it. The energy excel is really good. You can actually use Monkey Dory because your energy excel is good. Other than that, the fire is also good because there's so many grass decks. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's only 2 energy attack, so you accelerate, attach, boss kill him. It has 320 HP. It is pretty good. Austin Charles just won the full grip post rotation tournament with this. It's a similar deck. It has the unfair and it's Dragapult Blaziken. I think it's gonna be really good. I don't know about the Chi-Yu, but everything else in this list looks solid.
Yeah. Maybe that's just the wrong version of the Chi-Yu that they were supposed to put in there or something.
I don't
know. I will say, we'll finish top 8 and then I'll point out something I just noticed. And then with top 8 was ended once again by another Alakazam deck. Looks very similar to the one up there that won.
Has a Genesect.
Does have the Genesect, and I've been seeing a lot of people be like, why is Genesect in these lists? And then I think I figured it out. It's to stop the unfair stamps.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. But even then, the winning list didn't have it because they just were consistent enough to draw what they needed even after getting stamped or red carded.
Yep.
But one thing I noticed in top 8, I just want to go ahead and share out. There's only one Meowth EX in these decks. Like in all of top 8, there's only one Meowth, which is wild because I just remember the Luminion V days of everybody, no matter what deck you ran, was playing a Luminion V.
Yeah, definitely 1 or 2. Lawbox probably plays like 8 of them. I think that's it'll slowly be added. Alakazam definitely doesn't need it because you don't want to give up another 2 prizer.
True.
You're already definitely gonna put down Fez, so you don't want to put another one.
True.
But yeah, no, I think Meowth's gonna see his time. It definitely is too good of a card not to.
Yeah, absolutely. And then here we see a new take on Absol. This time not being paired with Kangaskhan. But it's more of a dark box type deck, I guess is what we could call this. It's got a Mega Absol EX, and then it runs 4/4 of the Toxtricity. With the ability that charges up your opponents, or that charges up your dark type energy. If it put dark type energy in your Pokemon in that way, you do 20 damage. And then we see it's got the pitch, it's got the fizz, it's got the baby pitch, and it's got the bad brute bonnet, but I guess at this point it's the only brute bonnet that's in format for them. So also being a dark poison lover, what you think about this one?
It's cool. I'm definitely gonna play that just to try it. It looks really neat. I was playing something similar to this before. I think it was like a month ago. It was right after Absol was out, because I was playing Sharpedo, and I didn't like that too much. It started off hot, but then I started playing something similar to this with the Brew Bonnet and the monkeys. It's a fun deck. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I like the Energy Recycler. It's like the only deck that it makes sense in.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then we see just another straight Dragapult. Nothing too fancy there. And then we have another, we see a Terra box, or more of like a Ogre box with the Wellspring mask and the Teal mask. I think this is more of the two prize slop that you see a lot, especially with the Ogre Ponds. We see 3 Crispin. Probably would be 4 if Meowth wasn't in format for them. Oh, I guess Meowth's in format for us too, but I would play 4 Crispin. That's just me. But being able to turn your Fez into an attacker, your 2 Lily's Clefairy, kind of more of a mainstreamed of take your 2 prizers and go beat up something deck. We see Zoroark. Is there anything crazy? It's just a straight Zoroark list.
Seeing a lot of Serrano in every deck. I guess that's going to be something we can expect with rotation. This guy just popping up everywhere for these EX Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't even notice that he is in just about every deck.
Every single deck has at least 2 or 3 of them. It's
one thing
crazy.
That's funny in this Zoroark list is the Ace Rolla's Mischief.
I was just looking at that.
I guess that's if you go Darmanitan late game to like prevent a prize knockout, to try to help skew the prize trade into your favor.
Yeah, and you've always got that Meowth if you save it for later game. Just always pull it out when you need.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we see a Raging Bolt, and what does that Passimian do? I gotta know what this Passimian does.
It sorry, one sec. I can pull it up.
It's 20 damage for each of your basic Pokemon in play.
Not bad. Not bad. We're an all basic deck. We've got area 0, so we're swinging for what, 160 if we're all basics?
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. Bolt going back to being Bolt. Straight 2 prizers, no hoot hoots in this build. We do
all
have
it took was getting rid of Sada.
Yeah. We have double Meowth instead to either go get a Lily's or go get a Crispin. That's
double Latias is interesting.
You can't prize it. You gotta have mobility, dude. We have no Turo.
Yeah.
There's no Turo or Penny in format. We got.
Yeah, hey, Cactus gonna be eating good. That's all I can say.
Definitely looking at this Raging Bolt list post row too. This looks fun. I miss old Bolt. New Bolt's not fun.
Old Bolt was my.
Also can shake his head as much as he wants to. I don't care. When everything's
Old Bolt was.
Whenever
that's how it should be.
Whenever everything is 2 prize slop, guess what? That's whenever Bolt loves to come back up.
They're gonna reprint block lags.
Please don't.
Whoa.
Please don't.
I don't know why you'd wish that on us.
Oh my gosh. Horrible, horrible.
I didn't realize Malachi's on the podcast today.
Yo, chill.
Another Absol box. This one looks similar to the one that won the first Champions League in the post rotation world. We see the Ogre Pond Absols. You don't have TM Turbo Energize anymore, so we're just having to rely on Teal Dancing and E switching to help us get our Ogre Ponds powered up. But not much besides red card comes from the Ninja Spinner set from what we already have. See a couple more Zams. That 4 Zams in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you seeing this Kangaskhan EX in this Mewtwo list?
I was trying to ignore the Kangaskhan EX. I wasn't trying to
give
I was not giving Alec any room to breathe with it, but I guess we will talk about this.
I don't know if this is for the gamble of the flip 100 for each heads, which, I mean, Mega just does it better. I feel like with that guaranteed 200. I literally guess it has to be that triple draw. I see no other reason why you'd put that in there.
Seems terrible.
Cornerstone counter?
This seems awful.
Cornerstone counter.
Yeah. Flip 3 heads, kill a cornerstone.
Well,
You can hit with the Mimikyu and the Cornerstone.
yeah, but then it's just training your Mimikyus, and we only run 2 stretchers in this list.
Well, I only run 1 corner.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't get it.
You know, one thing. Only put that card in.
One thing I love about Japanese players, they will have a card or they will have a Pokemon they love, and they will just make it work.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've played thousands of people in this Champions League with this just garbage, and I guess have done well enough, you know. And I just really respect them, and I wish I could have that kind of mentality about a deck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got about Cactus, but that's it.
I see that we have a Metagross deck. This Metagross list, or there's a lot of controversy actually surrounding this Metagross as far as the translation goes with Slowking. It's if you discard, it does 100 damage, but then if you discard 2 metal energy off of it, it does 200 more damage, so 300 damage. So there's a lot of, the ruling came out with Slowking that you could do the 300 damage without needing the metal energy because of how it's translated. And so we'll have to wait and see what the official translation is, just for our purposes of how we're actually going to play this card. Because, I mean, 300 damage on a single prizer seems pretty solid, especially when we got Genesect in format like we see here that they play to go find our guys. And we still have the Metal Maker Matangs for that energy acceleration too. So I think Metal could be back on the menu.
Can't wait for the 5 Duraludon players to try to make their deck work again.
I will say this, it's interesting that they didn't run the special metal energy that gave the free retreat. I feel like that'd be good to slap on a Genesect just so it didn't get trapped up on something, but maybe.
I mean, is it really just because the Matang, they just want those basic metals?
I mean, I would have to imagine so, but I mean, if you draw into the special metal, I mean, I feel like it can't hurt either.
Yeah, I mean, at least one, like.
Yeah. This is another deck that I could definitely see the energy recycler being good in, because we have to do it to do the 300, the discarding the 2 and everything.
Yeah.
See,
there's a Pult with a Hero's Cape.
Where is that?
At the very bottom, our last one here.
Oh,
the
yes.
Dunsparce CX, the Hero's Cape. I mean, surely that's just to stop the Clefairy that people are probably slotting in against it. If I had to guess.
It's gotta be. Or maybe make your Psyduck tankier in the mirror that plays Dust Norse.
Man, I'm not playing a Hero's Cape to make my Psyduck last a little longer.
Look, I'm not saying it's the right call. I'm just saying I could see what they're doing. I could see what they're going for there.
Yeah, one thing I love about these post-rotation Dragapult lists, though, without Iono and without Countercatcher, there's just so much space freed up to do whatever you'd like. I mean,
Yeah.
because Countercatcher, you have to play at least 2, usually 3 in your deck. And now it's just like, whatever you'd like to do, just go for it. You want 4 Crispin? Whatever. You want 3 Candies? Sure, dude.
Yeah.
I love it. I really do.
Yeah, not looking forward to the day that I got to play in the post rotation world, but that day will come soon enough.
Man.
But let's go ahead and wrap up this episode of the podcast by talking about this weekend and making some predictions for it. So, Austin, you were not going this weekend.
Yep.
What are you hoping to see from this weekend?
From y'all?
Well, no, I'm talking about from the tournament as a whole. From us, I know what, I'm aware of what.
Selfishly, it's not going to. I think it's actually positioned terribly. I want Charizard to win.
Man.
It won't. It's really bad right now. And the second thing I want someone who hasn't won a regional to win a regional.
Solid.
Uh,
Okay, Brennan,
but
this is
yeah.
your first event in 9 months, first major
Right.
of the season. What are you wanting to see from this?
For myself or for everyone?
We'll do both. We'll do both.
For myself, I think everyone wants a day 2. I realistically just want to go at least like 50-50 across the day. I've like mentally decided I'm playing all my matches, even if I 0-3, I'm just gonna keep going. Meet some fun people on the table 2000s or whatever.
Nice.
I guess less realistically, I'd like to see myself, hit 5 wins at least. I think I've got a score to settle against Goldango. Last event, I did not beat a Goldango the whole event. I tied with like 3 of them. I lost to 2, and I was just so peeved by the end of it. Everyone else, I think 2 people are going to day 2. I'm putting it out there into the universe. 2 people are going to day 2.
Okay. Do you want to say which 2, or are you just gonna say 2?
I've got no clue. I'm not saying which 2. I just think 2 of us are going to do it.
Okay.
I think you are going to lose about $30 in value worth of cards. And I think that us 2 together on Dragapult are going to match into every Alakazam possible. And we are going to have a great day.
Okay. Yeah. We could hope.
I also just do not want Guardy to win. I can't see it take a 34 regionals since it has entered Guardy's 1. And I just don't think my heart can see it on its very last regional before it dies. I just cannot see it win again.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize it had been 34.
Yeah, 34. It is so ridiculous.
It's
I
made.
think it's $1 billion.
Just about. Just about.
$5 billion to Psychic Embrace.
Oh, gosh. Absolutely wild that that deck has won that much money.
I also think by the end of the event, you're going to come to me and you're going to tell me that I'm correct about Maractus. That is my last prediction.
Good prediction. Okay. Yeah, for me, honestly, I'm taking this event as a time to actually focus more on content than playability. Houston was just like 2 weeks ago. I kind of poured a lot into prepping for it and didn't do too bad. I think it paid off for sure. But on this one, since I wasn't loving a deck, I'm very much so like I want to pour myself into content, do some fun stuff. I got some fun ideas. Like at the venue, away from the venue. So be prepared for a camera in everybody's face because it's not gonna stop. There'd be some good stuff coming out. But I think honestly, first off, I want to say this. I want to see you burn $30-something worth of cards.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's $34. That Maractus is an illustration rare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
And she is coming with me.
okay. Well, I want to see you lose $30-something worth of cards. And I would love to kind of, see how that goes.
Gonna go great.
As far as a deck to win it all, honestly, and I only say this because I took it to my first regional, and I think it'd be really poetic for it to die at a regional I'm attending for its last ever regional. I want Golden Go to win it.
Man.
Just because I think it'd be cool, and I hate that I'm not playing it. I know it's its last regional, but it's fine. We're choosing funny ha-has over loyalty right now. But all right, any other final thoughts before we sign off on this episode?
Not to completely bring it back up, but I just want to. I'm not opening a can of worms.
He's open.
Just want to note.
He's definitely
Just
open.
want to note. How many Beedrill made top 32 in Osaka?
So he is
Oh
opening
my
up a can of worms.
gosh. Okay, look.
On that note,
That's because
It's a,
I
it's
haven't
a big
had
old goose egg.
I haven't gotten the chance to get my hands on the deck yet. Just wait.
Oh, you couldn't fly over to Osaka for the Champions League? I forgot about that.
Yeah, no,
that's crazy.
sorry. I didn't win the lottery system to play in it. That's what it was.
We got Okie Dokie in the top 8. And there's not even a Beedrill in the top 32. So yeah, I knew that deck was cheeks. All right, just wanted to say that.
All right. I'm gonna send you a list later. Don't worry.
Oh, nice. But I hope Orlando is everything y'all want it to be. I know y'all are gonna have a blast. I'm glad y'all don't care, honestly, that hard about what y'all do, and just
gonna have
go
a
for
cursed
the
blast.
a curse blast. Yeah, go for the fun goals and hit up Disney.
Yeah.
Why not? I don't know.
It is not about. It is about SeaWorld. They
Oh,
have
there we
they have a
go.
roller coaster
Brother,
called the Stingray.
You're gonna get all the animal lovers against us if you keep bringing up SeaWorld.
I don't mean actual SeaWorld. I mean like it might not even be SeaWorld, but they have this roller coaster at one of the parks. It's called the Stingray, and it's like you strap in, and then it turns you, and you face the ground. And I don't speak French very often around my family, but I was definitely a little fluent that day. It was the funnest roller coaster I've ever rode. So yeah, hey, all I'm saying.
Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, definitely some shenanigans are gonna be up to. We'll be back to more of a serious grind of majors post Orlando, and then. But yeah, we're gonna take this one to be a fun one for sure. But
Or take Beetlejuice to New Orleans.
I will take Beedrill to New Orleans, and I will definitely.
It'll be all you can afford after you burn these cards.
That's a good note to end it.
That's a no. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to stay up to date with us or the Mafia, make sure you're following the Mafia on X and on YouTube at misplay_mafia. And you can follow myself at Daunted Break. You can follow Austin at DigiDonutsPoke. And Brennan, do you even do social media?
I mean, I only have my RuneScape channel. That's it, to be honest.
Okay, well, if you want to play, plug your RuneScape channel. There might be some RuneScape lovers.
At Hand Pancake Man, we just got monetized today, part 1, you know?
So go follow, if you like RuneScape, definitely go subscribe to Brennan's YouTube channel. Help him reach 1 million subscribers. But make sure you tune in every Tuesday for a new episode of the podcast so you don't miss a moment of the misplays. And we will see you guys next week.